Hi, my name is Jessica.
Nice to meet
and
you.
I'm going to be your child's new teacher.
Great.
And your child is 6 years old, correct?
Yes.
And attending my kindergarten class.
I know. I'm so excited.
I know. I can't wait to have your student. And so I just have to ask you a couple health questions about your student. I don't know, it might get a little bit personable, but I just want to make sure, that's going to be okay with you.
Well, the more you know about her, the better off it's going to be, because we do have some health concerns.
Awesome, and I would love to know everything about your health concerns. So starting off with the first question, it's going to be a little generic, which is obviously what we were just talking about. So it concludes down to health conditions. So is there any serious health conditions or concerns that we have that we need to know about?
Yes. At 3 years old, she was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, which is a rheumatoid, juvenile, young, rheumatoid arthritis. It's been very devastating to us because all of her joints are affected, and she has to get some special medication that I need to actually set up with your nurse at the school here. Because I travel a lot, and she has to get it twice a week.
Okay, perfect. So what does that really entail? Like, what are the signs and symptoms? Is there anything major about it? Can it affect the way she learns, the way she plays with other children?
Well, it does, because rheumatoid arthritis affects the joints.
Okay.
So she does not hold a pencil like a normal child, so please don't bring attention to that, because she holds her pencil like this. We've been through occupational therapy, but it hurts to pinch her fingers with a pencil, and sometimes we'll use those special little rubber things to just release some of the joint pain. And she gets very hot very quickly and has some temperature changes, and it's been a struggle, but we're working through it.
Okay, that's great, and it's really good to know that she does write a little bit differently, so that way we know. And it's really good that you discussed this issue with us, because it'll definitely be noted, and it's something that we really take to heart, and we want to make sure, she's being able to do everything she can at her own potential, and that we don't push her, too hard.
Or bring up anything that looks different.
Right. Of course, we want her to be as comfortable as possible, and we want the other...
Oh, and when she's sitting in the chair... sometimes she'll get stiff, so we have to let her walk around once in a while.
Right, okay.
And if she has to go to the bathroom, she really does have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we do have a bathroom that's really local, and that, kids are able to go to no matter when. They do have to ask, just so we don't, see them moving around and, just getting up randomly. But, they're always welcome to go. And we also have recess and play times like that as well, so that way they have time to get out and get stretched and get fresh air and all that stuff. So it shouldn't be a problem for her.
Yes, and she does get overheated, like I said, so she actually needs to be able to have water. Just the medication alone, she needs to be hydrated a lot.
Of course, and the waters are always, welcome.
Okay,
so moving on to the second question. Has your child ever been hospitalized, or recently, or all of the hospitalizations we just do want to know about?
Well, we really did have to go through a lot to just actually get her diagnosed. At age 1.5, we noticed her joints were swollen. It took up until 3 years old to actually get the diagnosis. And yes, so we have to give Remicade, which is an IV. So we went down to Miami's Children's Hospital for those infusions.
Okay, so is there a possibility that she might be missing any type of school or anything for hospitalization issues?
We just don't know. Sometimes she has temperatures of unknown etiology, and that we have to take that very seriously, because the injections that she's getting, the Remicade, they actually decrease her immune system. So she's very susceptible to getting stuff. So we'll have to make sure she washes her hands a lot. And I'll be glad to provide your classroom with this,
hand sanitizer?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. And then moving on to the third question. Is your child up to date on all of their vaccinations? Because that's something we do require, and we just want to make sure, that with the flu going around and everything like that, that they're, immune to it, and they don't, catch it too quickly and then spread it, and because we just want to make sure our kids are as healthy as possible.
Well, that poses another problem. The fact that she's on these medications actually would render those immunizations ineffective. And so we have a doctor's excuse for her not to get any more injections. And quite frankly, I can't be sure that the injections that they gave her when she was younger didn't spark this immune deficiency. We'll never know. But at the moment, she is not up to date on her shots. But the doctor has exempt her, and I will discuss that with the nurse as well. And as far as flu shots, I would rather give her something more natural, but I have to be careful with all of that.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for all of that information. And definitely with the doctor's note, we will require that just to make sure that, everything's up and set. And just in case she ever gets really, really sick, we just want to make sure everything's okay with her, especially if her immune system is already down below. We just want to make sure everything is good. So as long as you have a doctor note that's showing us, and then, you can keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So moving on to the fourth question, we have, does your child receive the flu shot annually or yearly or anything like that, just to also entice about whether she's going to get the flu or not,
The doctors recommend it because of her compromised immune system, but I try to shy away from giving her any more possibilities of, a lot of people actually catch the flu from the shot.
Right.
So I do homeopathics, and I provide her with something that can help build her immune system against those flu things for now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. That's perfect to know. And then the fifth question going down to, does your child have any dietary food restrictions? Sometimes we do allow snack time, and obviously we do provide lunch and any breakfasts that they may need. And we always try to, make sure everything's balanced. Like we always make sure to have a wheat and a grain, so maybe like a cereal provided, maybe some milk provided for protein. And, we always try to have things like that, available to them. And then definitely during lunchtime, maybe some salads and some bread and, sandwiches and stuff like that. So we just want to make sure, if it's okay for them to have apple juice and orange juice and any type of fruit juices really, and then knowing all the sides and stuff like that. And obviously since she's a young child, she doesn't know for herself what she can and can't eat. So we just need to know pretty much a list of any type of, dietary food restriction or, what you guys feed her on a day-to-day basis. So that way we know.
We, because of her immune compromisation, we only really give her water. So I'm trying to stay away from any kind of high sugary processed snacks and juices.
Okay.
And she likes water.
Okay.
And she understands what she needs to do with the water.
Okay.
So as long as we haven't produced a lot of this high fructose, she's been good. But she does have a lot of dietary stomach pain. So we're trying to actually continue to try to figure out that she was hospitalized, for endoscopy and colonoscopy to see what's going on, because she has horrible, horrible pains. And that's why I told you, she needs to go to the bathroom. She really does, because a lot of times, she cramps a lot. So we're still ruling out a lot of the foods. So we pack her lunch so that she can have what we consider a healthier diet than what the school lunches provide.
Okay. And so the sixth and final question that I have for you today, does your child have any specific food allergies that you guys know of? Anything I know you guys have a certain dietary restriction list, but this is a little different just because I don't know if she has any exact food allergies, because there are snack times that we do provide, and we can't always allow the, parent to bring them in just because other kids can't have diverse snacks, and depending on health, and other childs cannot have, other foods per se. So we have to, do an equal food for everybody. And you know how little children are when they see somebody else getting something else, or we need to know how nutritional the snacks are that are being provided, because we may provide something like apple slices and other parents might provide something like goldfish or, chocolate bar or something like that that's less nutritional. And we just want to make sure that we're enhancing their nutrition under our supervision and stuff like that. So
I understand that, because with her being in school, I've already seen they have pretzels and Cheez-Its and stuff, and at this time that's not a problem, but we are trying to figure out maybe what's causing her stomach. So when I find out any of the allergies, I definitely will let you know, as well as flag it with the nurse.
Okay, awesome. That's perfect. And it was so great meeting you and talking to you. And I can't wait to have your child in our class. And you did bring up a lot of awesome points that I needed to know about. So I'm really glad to hear that, we're having everything under wraps, and that, beside all of the problems that she does, have, she's, being able to, still go through her life and, go through everything perfectly fine. And, we will be able to, best assist her now, knowing, she might need to go to the bathroom. She might have troubles with her stomach. Yeah, and a lot of water and stuff like that. So it's been a great conversation, and it was really nice meeting you. Again, my name is Jessica, and we look forward to having you in our class.
Great. I appreciate you taking the time to know more about her.
Of course. That's what's important.
Makes me feel good.
Of course. Have a great day.
Thanks.